marketing agencies do far more than just creative. They run research, analyze competitors, build strategy, create visuals, produce videos, generate voiceovers, coordinate teams, and manage multiple clients at the same time. But most agencies are still doing this across fragmented workflows. One platform for research, another for image generation, another for video editing, another for collaboration. So switching tools slows everything down. Multiple subscriptions, multiple costs, and no one has fully visibility into what the team is actually shipping. Qolaba changed that. Qolaba is an all-in-one AI workspace where marketing agencies run their entire campaign pipeline, from the ideation to the final delivery inside one platform. In this walkthrough, we will follow a real agency workflow. We take the example of a Zurich-based marketing agency that has just signed a new client, FizzUp Beverages, and is launching a seasonal campaign called Summer Refresh. Step by step, we'll show how marketing agency can onboard the client, build the team, research the market, develop the strategy, generate visuals and videos, create voiceovers, and ship the campaign without ever leaving Qolaba. In this walkthrough, we will show you exactly how you can run an entire campaign start to finish inside Qolaba. Our client is FizzUp Beverages, and the goal is to launch their seasonal summer refresh campaign and introduce the 4 new flavors: orange, apple, lime, and blueberry. By the end of this walkthrough, we will have produced a knowledge base for the FizzUp brand, live market research and campaign direction, a complete Instagram launch carousel, a launch poster generated from product references, 5 cinematic video scenes, and a pro-grade voiceover and a finished launch video, synchronized to voice, sequenced through all flavors, ending on the brand reveal. All inside one platform with one team, all in one workspace, so let's get into it. Everything inside Qolaba starts with an organization. This is the home for our agency. Every client, every workspace, every team member lives under it. So you go from the profile to the drop-down to Create Organization. It will open for monthly or yearly subscription. You then can choose a name for, let's say, Laurie's team. And then you also select the amount of how many credits and how many team members you want your subscription for. So let's go with the 20 members. You click continue, and then Qolaba will ask you some questions. For example, how many people are in your organization? Let's go with 20 to 50, and the role you have in the company. So let's say we go on marketing. Then you click on create organization and checkout. And once you have proceeded to checkout, it now opens the dashboard. Inside our organization, we now set up a workspace for our client. For an agency, the smartest approach is one workspace per client. Every chat, every asset, every generation stays scoped to that client, fully isolated and fully organized. So we click here on Create Workspace and we name it after our client, in this case for FizzUp. Then every asset, every chat, every piece of campaign history generated inside this workspace will stay specific to FizzUp, and that's how we keep client fully work isolated. Now we assign also a credit budget, and the budget depends on the total credits available for the organization. So let's go here with 5,000 credits, confirm, and then create the workspace. As you can see, our workspace is now created. Next to the Create Workspace button, we can choose then a different credit mode. There are 2 models. You have here the Shared Pool and Workspace Budget. The Shared Pool credits are shared across all workspaces and deducted directly from the organization's pool. In Workspace Budget mode, credits are deducted from the budget we just allocated to the workspace. If Shared Pool is applied at the organization level, Workspace budgets don't apply. So as the admin, we pick the mode that fits how we want this client to be built. For FizzUp, we keep it on Workspace Budget mode to have a clean per client tracking. Then we click Save, and now FizzUp's workspace is live, isolated and budgeted. Now we bring the team to our client workspace. For this, we click on FizzUp, and then here you see the workspace FizzUp and invite member. Now we enter all the email addresses of everyone working on this client. So strategists, designers, video editors, cutters, anyone on the FizzUp account. Then her role is to be a member, and the workspace organization is not Qolaba, it's FizzUp. Then we select the invite. For each invite, we choose a role, admin or member, and select the workspace they're being added to. Since this is the FizzUp workspace, every invite is going here. Each invited person receives an invitation. If they're already in Qolaba, they are added instantly, and if not, they activated their account and log in using the same email address they were invited to. And that's how we get the whole team into one shared client workspace. The Qolaba chatbot is our creative direction layer. It's where we run strategy, research, ideation, even visual generation, all directly from chat. But before we do that, we set up the brand kit. We create a knowledge base for FizzUp. So for this, we go to Run and Chat, and here you can see knowledge base, and then we click Create New, and then we put the name in. And then we click Proceed. Now we upload all the assets that the client shared with us. This now can take a bit of time. Once everything is uploaded, click on Add to Knowledge Base. The knowledge base is now ready to be used in Chatbot for ideation, strategy, and generating visuals. Now we attach the brand knowledge base to our chat and start the research phase. So now we click here on the knowledge base and Add to Chat. The knowledge base now sits attached on the top of the chat. Every response from this point is grounded in FizzUp's brand context. Now we choose a model. When we choose a model, Qolaba gives us a full lineup to pick from: Gemini, Claude, GPT, DeepSeek, Sonar Reasoning models, and more, all inside this one chat. So we now click here on GPT 4.5. And before we run a prompt, a quick note on this toolkit. Qolaba's chatbot has multiple built-in capabilities like web research, image generation, URL search, file search, spreadsheets analysis, text-to-speech, speech-to-text, and even video generation, all inside the chat, which you can see here on the right side. So if we turn out the auto mode, the chatbot adapts it to the task and automatically picks the right tool for the prompt. And now we begin the research for this campaign. This is the prompt that I will use for now. And the response generates competitor landscape, summer trends, campaign, direction ideas, cited and structured, ready to use. This is the response we got from GPT 5.4. And now when we go on the top, you can see here this plus button. Now we get a full list of available models. We can generate the same prompt across each one and compare responses side by side. So we now choose Gemini 3 Pro. Gemini gives us its take on the same prompt, different perspective, different angles, which you can see here down below. Now we will also select Claude Opus 4.6 to see how their response is going. Claude regenerates the response, a different reasoning style, more structured, as you can see when we go a bit down below. Now we will do the same for Sonar Reasoning Pro. So Sonar Reasoning Pro now pulls live web data from the same prompt, fresher signals from the real world. So now we have 4 responses to the same prompt, all in the same chat. We compare them, we pick the strongest hooks, the sharpest framing, the most useful insights from each. So we keep the best of every model, and that's how we stress test creative direction without juggling the different AI subscriptions. Now we move into production, and we'll start by generating our entire Instagram launch carousel directly inside the chatbot. The chatbot isn't just for text, it's a full creative direction layer. Image generation runs right inside the conversation. So now we click on and we chat, and we add up the knowledge base. Before we generate anything, we want the model to fully process the attached brand kit. The brand guidelines the production image, the logo, so we ask it to acknowledge the assets first. This makes sure it holds the visual context across every image we generate next. The model confirms it has processed everything, context is logged. Now we generate the first slide of our Instagram carousel, the launch announcement for all the new flavors. So I will type in the prompt. Qolaba shows us now the credit estimates, so around 40 to 60 credits for this generation, and we will confirm this. So after confirming, then the image will be generated. Within seconds, our launch post renders, all 4 cans visible, the brand logo placed exactly where we asked. Next we build the flavor reveal slides, 1 flavor per slide, and we generate them all at one time. The Blu-ray slide renders logo, can, premium aesthetic is all on brand. Now we will generate it for the next one. Apple slide is done. The carousel is now staying visually consistent across every post because every generation pulls from the same knowledge base. Now we batch the last 2 slides into a single prompt to save time. So now we put in a combined prompt. Both slides ran together. Our 5-slide carousel is complete, and now we generate the caption. And the last step, we asked the chatbot to write a catchy Instagram caption for the launch post. The caption renders on brand, ready to use into Instagram. 5 posts, 1 caption, all from inside one chat. Beyond the chatbot, Qolaba has a dedicated image generation studio built for production where we need precise control over models, references, and outputs. So now we click on Create Images in the left navigation panel. So here you can see we have the text to image, and image editing. Inside the text to image, we get a full lineup of the best image models: Nano Banana 2, Nano Banana Pro, GPT Image 2, Flux 2 Pro, C-Dream 4.5, Recraft, and latest image Gen 4 in Fast and Ultra. For our launch poster, we want to use our actual product images and logo as references, so we'll switch over to the image to image section. In the model, we will choose Nano Banana 2. And with Nano Banana 2 selected, we can upload up to 13 reference images, and that's exactly what we need for the poster. Once we uploaded all the reference images, we write the poster prompt. We mention explicitly and that the AI should use the exact attached product images and logo for no improvising. So this will be the prompt, as you can see over here. And then also you can see the number of generations. So we go with 2 generations. Also the quality, we will go with 1K. And also then the dimension. So here we will use the portrait one, and then we hit generate. Now we got 2 variants, which you can see over here, and each looking equally bright and colorful, consistent with our uploaded images and logo. So we can compare now and pick the strongest one. So our launch poster is ready. Before we move to video generation, we need the scene visual, the visual frames for our launch video. So we're generating 5 scenes in total. 1 for each 4 flavors, and a 5th hero shot for viewing all cans together. For the output, we let everything together. We generate 2 images, 1K, but we will change now from portrait to white. The output settings stay locked across all 5 scenes, so for each one we only change the uploaded product image and the prompt. We will start here with the orange can. Now we got our 2 images, and we will do the same now for apple, blueberry, and lime. Lime is also done. Now that we have all 4 cans created, we will now upload all the 4 and create the hero image. We now have 5 scenes, 5 visuals, 1 for each flavor, plus the brand hero. All cinematic, all white format, ready to drop into video generation. With our 5 scene images ready, we move into our video generation, where Qolaba turns them into a finished launch video. So we click here on audio and video, and then video generation. Now you can see here all the models. So Qolaba ships with a deep video model lineup. Veo 3.1, C-Gens 2, C-Gens 2 Fast, Happy Falls, Runway, Hilao, 2.3 Pro, Kling, Video, Grok, Image, Luminary, every major model inside one tool. Now we will select C-Gens 2, and we can upload up to 12 reference files. That's up to 9 images, 3 audio files, or 3 video files in any combination. Plenty of room for our scenes, plus the brand logo. The orange one. Then we have apple, lime, blueberry, the hero shot for all 4 cans, this one, and the FizzUp logo. So now we see that we have selected 6 images out of 12. Now we write the prompt, and we reference each uploaded image directly as using @image1, @image2, and so on. That's how we then tell C-Gens exactly which image goes where in the video. So we will put 1 generation for 10 seconds with a quality of 1080p, and we will use here the 16:9 format. Within minutes, our launch video renders. All 4 flavors are revealed, all 5 scenes sequenced, editing on the brand, cinematic on brand, and ready to delivery. Here we generate a voiceover that will run on top of the visuals. So we go here to the text-to-speech. Qolaba's text-to-speech supports 2 models, single speaker for a single voiceover and multi-speaker for dialogue-based ads when 2 voices speak back and forth. For our launch video, we will go with our single narrator, so we stay on the single speaker mode. Qolaba has multiple voice options grouped by category: bright, upbeat, informative, and more. We pick one that matches the tone of our campaign. So with this one, we'll go with Buck. Qolaba also supports multilingual inputs, so we can write our script in any language, and the output language follows the script. The accent settings help to shift regional dialect like US, UK, Indian, or Australian English when a language has multiple dialects. Now we will set here the accent of the US. Next, we set the style prompt. This is where we describe the tone and speaking style we want. So for example, energetic, calm, confident, playful, whatever fits to the brand. So here we'll put in how we want ours to be: energetic, lively, confident, commercial voiceover for a summer beverage launch. Also 2 more model options here: Flash TTS for faster iteration and Pro TTS for premium commercial quality. For the final launch ad, we go with the Pro one. Now we put in the script that we want to have, and then we click generate. Our voiceover which renders so pro-grade audio, energetic delivery, perfectly on brand, ready to drop into the video. Now we put it all together. We generate the launch video, this time with our voiceover synced to the visuals. So we will go back here to the video generation, select sequence. We have the same 5 scene images, same brand logo, plus this time our voiceover. So we will select everything here again. The logo and our audio. So we now modify the video prompt to reference the audio, telling CDNs to synchronize the visuals with the voiceover. So as you can see here, I put it in the add audio. Also keep the same generation. So one generation with 10 seconds, 180p, and the 16:9. And now we hit generate.
Summer's heating up. Time to cool things down. Introducing the all-new FizzUp Summer Refresh. Orange, apple, lime, blueberry. 4 bold flavors. 1 ultimate chill. Pop them open now. FizzUp Summer Refresh.
This is our final launch ad inside one workspace with one team, one platform, from blank state to delivery-ready video. That's the FizzUp Summer Refresh launch, built from start to finish inside Qolaba. Inside one workspace on one platform in one workflow, we shipped a brand knowledge base, market research across multiple models, a 5-slide Instagram carousel with caption, a launch poster from product references, 5 cinematic video scene visuals, a pro-grade voiceover, and a finished launch video fully synchronized with the voiceover. All text, all image, all video, all audio, all generation inside one platform with only one subscription. No more switching 5 different AI tools, no more 5 different builds, no more 5 different places where the client works and lives. One workspace per client, every major AI model under one roof. From the first research prompt to the final ad delivery. One connected workflow, and this is how a modern AI-powered creative agency operates. Are you ready to run your entire AI campaign workflow in one place? Then get started with Qolaba today.